Good morning 8th class students. In previous class I explained about story of microorganism part 2. In that I explained about useful microorganisms and I explained about how microorganisms increase soil fertility and how can we prepare compost in your garden. No? In this class I will explain about harmful microorganisms. Do you know children? Microorganisms present in anywhere. They are present in water, they are present in soil, they are present in our body. Some microorganisms useful to us like to form curd, cheese, butter and also cakes, wine, etc. In the same time, some microorganisms also cause harm to us. Do you know children? Some microorganisms useful to us. For example, if you will take fungi. Do you know fungi are also called as cleaning surface of the earth? Cleaning surface of the earth. Why they are called cleaning surface of the earth? Some fungi live on dead and decaying organisms and they release some enzymes on them which makes to decompose the dead and decaying organisms. So they are also known as cleaning surface of the earth. They clean the earth by releasing some enzymes on them which is helpful for decomposition of dead bodies. And also they supply valuable nutrients to soil and soil to plants, again plants to soil. So they are also called as recyclers. Fungi are also called as recyclers. Already I explained in story of microorganisms part 1 about this topic. No, fungi are also called recyclers. Means they recycle nutrients from soil to plants. Again, when plants are died, the nutrients again reach to the soil. So they are called recyclers. They are known as cleaning surface of the earth. Now I will explain about harmful microorganisms. Some microorganisms like bacteria cause diseases. Some fungi spoil the food material. Some virus also causes diseases. Some protozoans also causes diseases. So they are called harmful microorganisms. If you will observe in harmful microorganisms, we can find out first one is pathogen. What is meant by pathogen? Pathogen also called as parasite. The disease causing germs are called pathogens. For example, if you will take bacteria, they cause some diseases, no? So they are called pathogens or parasite. They cause diseases in both plants and animals. And second word, that is vector. What is meant by vector? Vector means carrier. Vector means carrier. They carry disease causing germs from affected person to healthy person. I will give some examples to explain about pathogens. If you will observe a disease called typhoid, we know that typhoid is a disease. This typhoid is caused by a bacteria known as Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi. This is pathogen. Here, pathogens are disease causing germs. So, these pathogens are carried by another organism that is known as vector. Known as vector. How these vectors acts? These vectors carries disease causing germs from affected person to healthy person. Do you know about communicable diseases? Communicable diseases. What is meant by communicable diseases? The diseases which spread from affected person to healthy person known as communicable diseases. Do you know children? Diseases are two types. One is communicable diseases, second one is non-communicable diseases. For example, if you will take typhoid, malaria, cholera, all these diseases transfer from affected person to healthy person. So they are called communicable diseases. And second one is non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases does not spread from affected person to healthy person. If you will take obesity, and if you will take heart attack, and if you will take kidney failure, and if you will take hypertension, high BP, These diseases not spread from affected person to healthy person, so they are called non-communicable diseases. In this lesson, in this harmful microorganisms topic, we will discuss about communicable diseases. In communicable diseases, we can find out pathogen, vector, and third one is host. Do you know the living organism which giving shelter to parasite or pathogen is known as host. If you will observe human being, we are host. For example, if you will take pathogens, I will explain once again pathogen with one example. If you will take a disease called malaria, we all know about a disease called malaria. Do you know, children? Malaria is caused by a pathogen called as Plasmodium. What is that? Plasmodium. Plasmodium is a organism which belongs to a phylum known as Protozoa. What is that? Protozoa. Plasmodium causes malaria. Do you know, some people thought malaria is caused by mosquitoes. Do you know, children? Malaria is not caused by mosquitoes. Malaria is spread by mosquito. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. Here, malaria is spread by a vector known as female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito. Here, do you know, children? All male mosquitoes feed on plant juices like fruit juices, leaf juices, etc. Only female mosquitoes only will spread the diseases. They only will bite to us. The biting mosquitoes are called female mosquitoes. Male mosquitoes feed on plant juices. Do you know, children? The female mosquito acts as vector here. Here, this female mosquito spread malaria from affected person to healthy person. When the person suffers with malaria, when the mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito bite that person, the germs, here the germs are Plasmodium present in the affected person enter into the mosquito. When the same mosquito sucks the blood of healthy person, the Plasmodium protozoan enter into the healthy person. Here, female Anopheles mosquito acts as vectors. So, malaria is caused by a protozoa known as Plasmodium, means malaria here pathogen. Female Anopheles mosquito is vector which carries Plasmodium from affected person to healthy person. Here, human beings, if you will take humans, are vectors. Humans are vectors. So, malaria spread from person to person, no. So, malaria is a communicable disease. How this communicable disease spread from person to person? Already we learned they may spread through vector. Sometimes they may spread through droplets of infection. Droplets. Sometimes they may communicable disease may spread through air. And for example, if you will take TB, TB means tuberculosis, and also chicken pox, measles, and also common cold. These diseases spread through droplets, saliva droplets, and measles, mumps. Mumps means gavada bellalu. These diseases transmitted through air also. If you will take typhoid, cholera, polio, these diseases transmitted through water. Vectors, some diseases like malaria, filaria. Filaria, do you know about filaria? Bodakalu, transmitted through mosquitoes. Do you know unhygienic habits? Chedu alavatlu, unhygienic habits also causes diseases like motions, diarrhea. Okay, some diseases also transmitted through rats. Example, plague. Some diseases also transmitted through sexual mode. Example, AIDS. So, okay, I will explain about these diseases in next lesson. Okay, now this is about malaria. Do you know, children? Sir Ronald Ross. In page number 43, if you will observe a picture, you can find out here. He is Sir Ronald Ross. He is Sir Ronald Ross. Do you know about, children, about Sir Ronald Ross? Ronald Ross. Here, Sir is the award given to the Ronald Ross. Here, Sir Ronald Ross has discovered female Anopheles mosquitoes transmit malaria. He said that, Sir Ronald Ross said that female Anopheles mosquito transmit malaria from affected person to healthy person. He did all these experiments or activities in Secunderabad, and all, that's why he got Nobel Prize for the discovery of female Anopheles mosquito transmit malaria. Sir Ronald Ross awarded by Nobel Prize in the year of 1902. 1902. He said that, Sir Ronald Ross said that female Anopheles mosquitoes transmit malaria from affected person to healthy person. Here, female Anopheles mosquito is carrier, also known as vector. Now, children, all of you open page number 44. Here, houseflies also transmit diseases, some diseases. Here, page number 44. Open page number 44. Here we can find out a table. No? With the help of that table, you can write the answers in 45th page. In 45th page. All of you open biology textbooks, 8th class biology textbooks, and open page number 44 and observe the table given in page number 44. Here we can find out name of the disease, causative microorganism, mode of transmission, preventive measures. No? Side headings are there, no? Here they gave some diseases and they gave causative microorganisms and how they transfer from person to person and preventive measures. With the help of this table, you can write the answers with a sharpened pencil in page number 45. Okay, children, with the help of that table, you have to answer the questions. First question, what diseases can be prevented if we control mosquitoes? With the help of that table, you can write the answers. Which diseases can be prevented by mosquito control of mosquitoes? Okay, dengue, write down chicken pox, Japanese encephalitis and malaria. Japanese encephalitis, malaria. Which diseases can be prevented by vaccination? If you will take vaccines, already I explained about vaccines discovered by Edward Jenner for the first time. Smallpox vaccine is discovered. Which diseases can be controlled by taking of vaccines? Chicken pox, write down. Malaria, mumps, polio, swine flu. Third question. Name the diseases which are transmitted by contaminated water. Contaminated water means here polluted water. One is polio, cholera, typhoid. Can you name some diseases which are transmitted by air? Fourth question. TB. TB means tuberculosis, chicken pox, measles, mumps, gavada bellalu, polio and swine flu. Here they gave one question, fifth question. Can we protect ourselves from bacteria and protozoan diseases through vaccination? No. Why? Because vaccines are not discovered to treat protozoan diseases. Do you know protozoan diseases? For example, if you will take motions, motions are caused by a protozoan known as Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba, it is a protozoan which causes a disease called motion, simply called as amoebiasis. Simply called as amoebiasis. Okay, children, already I explained about malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. It is a protozoan. It is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. It is a vector. We are giving shelter to Plasmodium. No, we are host here. We are humans are host. Sorry, not vectors here. Humans are host. Now, very important question in the exam point of view. How to control malaria? How to control the spread of malaria? If you will control the mosquito population, automatically the disease will be controlled. How to control mosquito population? Only 4 points. Keep it in mind, children. First, we have to use mosquito nets. You have to use mosquito nets. Doma teralu vaadali. Second one is keep surroundings clean. Why? Because mosquitoes lays eggs on stagnant water. So when the mosquitoes lays eggs develop into larva develop into pupa develop into mosquito. So you have to keep your surroundings clean and hygiene. Do not allow stagnant water near houses. Why? Because if you will observe the empty tires may preserve some rainwater. There they lay eggs. They means here mosquitoes. That's why you have to keep your surroundings clean, and also do not allow stagnant water near houses. And use fourth one, mosquito repellents like mosquito coils or jet or agarbatti, like that you have to use. Fifth one, very important, a type of fish. This is very important, not there in your textbook, keep it in mind. A type of fish called gambusia. This fish feed on mosquito larva. Growing a type of fish called gambusia on stagnant water. This fish feed on mosquito larva. And also sprinkle few drops of oil. If you will sprinkle few drops of oil on stagnant water, this does not allow air inside of the water, so mosquitoes dies due to lack of oxygen. These are the precautions to be taken to control spread of malaria. One is mosquito nets, keep surroundings clean, do not allow stagnant water near houses, use mosquito repellents like mosquito coil, jet, etc. And a type of fish called gambusia which feed on mosquito larva. So this is about harmful microorganisms. In the next class I will explain about how microorganism causes diseases to plants also. I will explain about microorganism also cause diseases plants. In the next class I will explain about the diseases which cause it to plants by microorganism. Okay, thank you children.